Hey everybody, I'm Bobo the Vulture, and it's time for more Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. And let's take a look at the feud here. How's the feud going? Let the feud stay even. Let the bodies hit the floor. Filtering into Kami, sitting in a tree. Kissing, you know how that goes. Alright, let's go back. And guess we got nothing else that we can do the rest of this month. So we're gonna go ahead and move forward. Kravitz Cutlery. Scotsman. No! Scotsman Beer, you were supposed to be our sponsor. /wrestling.com. Crap. Scotsman Beer has now become a sponsor of a competing organization. I imagine they don't have enough money to be throwing around at everybody. Bad timing. What in theory could I have done about that? Oh, is it possible to end sponsorship deals? Well, let's see who else is interested in search. Nobody. Well, I'm an idiot. Alright. Let's clear. Let's delete all those. This is extreme mail. Previous. Get rid of all that. Move on to the next day. And keep moving. Gonna sort of rapid fire through this video. Clear all. There's not much that's going on there. SmackDown took place. And so did this show that's on Friday that didn't get a creative name. La Lutte FLI. That was whatever that was. I don't rightly know myself. So everybody's got a TV show on Sunday now. That's nice. Don't rightly recall whether Sunday Night Heat is still a thing, or if it's not, whether WWE still has a show on Sundays. I feel like they used to do that, and then the whole thing would be like the weekly show would be like the basically just the pregame for whatever the pay-per-view is. Pay-per-view events are typically on Sundays, at least in terms of what sort of the major wrestling organizations have ever done. Alright, let's get rid of that. Oh, what is going on here? Next, New Year's Revolution. So someone else had the idea for New Year's Revolution. Which Sunday? The Last Hard Men. MLW's show about guys standing around with boners. I just made Dean chuckle a lot. JPW. I mean, the event was called The Last Hard Men. FLA, stay hungry, stay hungry, stay hard. Jerry Lynn, Danny Mav, Brandon Robinson, Mark Madden. Oh, that's right. I guess he ended up being a announcer guy for a while, didn't he? I think he was a. I think Mark Madden was a guy who had like an internet column or something like that. Maybe he had a written column someplace, and then he ended up going into color commentary for a while. NWAW have fallen to cult level, and owner Roland Alexander has quit them. I wish he could quit them. but they're the last hard men, and so he can't quit them. And WAW is having a big shakeup in relation to their falling. Victor Quinoez has taken over. Jeremy Lopez has left. Chris Candido. A bunch of people are signing open contracts. Frankie Kazarian has decided to work for Iron rather than PCW. Okay. Bunch of movement in staff and personnel and wrestling superstars that I don't have access to because they are above my current pay grade. Oh, what's Samoa Joe doing? He's going to XPW. Cool. Let's keep on rolling, everybody. Keep rocking, babies. Stream mail. Next day. SmackDown occurred. I hope everyone was pleased with that happening. Because if not, it's too bad. It happened anyway. So you should just try and accept these things. Roll with the punches, guys. Hmm. Wildside TV has been iron, sick, and twisted. WLW fucking up show, apparently. Is this the show where they just celebrate lots of botched spots? A botched spot, by the way, folks, is when somebody goes for a really complicated move and fails to do so. They do not accomplish the move properly. Also called a blown spot sometimes. A spot basically just being a complicated wrestling maneuver, a sequence of things going on. There we go. I'm sure that if you read the comments below, you'll find people correcting any of these things that I do say that are not quite accurate to the terms. These are the terms as I understand them, and I don't read all the internet dirt sheets, but I've been a fan for a while, and I have heard a thing or two in my time. Let's see, this will be, it's time for our big show. It's time for the big show, apparently. 66%. There you go, we're 2/3 of the way. We started at halfway, we're now 2/3 of the way to being a small promotion. I believe that's the way that the sizes go. Also sponsors. Anybody interested in us? Nope. Dang it, you know, if I'd have realized that that would have been a thing. Anyways, let's go back. And let's move to the next day's worth of stuff. Who still needs to debut? Dunn, Lil Nate, Steve Stone, and Trent Baker. These following guys, those guys, are all currently preparing to debut. Look at them there. Their preparation is so meticulous. Yes, the January show is called Chill Factor. For whatever reason, I thought that would be cool. Ha, cool, Chill Factor. I didn't even mean it, but it turned out amazing. Genius. Okay, so Intakami and Felcher are still involved in a feud. What if we now did the old-fashioned book them in a tag match? Match 2 versus 2. Tag with Felcher and Anthony Bartlett Jr. versus General and Intakami and Conrad. There is no title on the line. The winner will be Felcher. And the loser will be Indikame. And it will be, it'll be by cheating. It's always by cheating. He's a bad man. And the aftermath is going to be, does it have to be a run-in attack? There you go. General and Conrad get beaten down. Done. It's good booking. This will continue their feud. Complete booking that segment. And then we can have I imagine we've booked a very similar event to this before. Singles. It's going to be Felcher versus Conrad. These guys have wrestled as much as any other two people in this league. None. The result is going to be a big win for Felcher. And Felcher is going to do it by cheating. Because Felcher always wins by cheating. And the aftermath is going to be... you know what? Nothing. And this is to do what? Build up to a future match. Put on a good match. Let's just say put on a good... I'm not exactly sure what build up to a future match would entail, and if it, just in case it does somehow mean, oh, you're going to have a Anthony Bartlett Jr. versus Inticamo, and it is going to be a win for Bartlett. Bartlett's going to win by cheating. I can imagine this would be a very frustrating event to look at. Nothing. Actually, no, let's go back. After the big win, Anthony Bartlett Jr. runs away. He's got the win. He doesn't care about anything more. And it is to put on a good match. Now then. Got a bunch of guys that still need to... Dunn needs to make his debut. Little Nate needs to make his debut too. Little Nate is a real... Looks like he could be a real talent. Steve Stone, also a potential talent. Let's put Steve Stone in a match against Axel Law, because it looks like Steve Stone and Axel Law might actually be relatively complementary. Alright. Match 1-1, singles. Yep, Akiman, Axel Law. It's going to be against Steve Stone. None. The result is going to be a win for Steve Stone. Oh. No. I didn't realize, Anthony, that I had accidentally labeled you as the guy that was going to be fighting. My apologies. You don't need to wrestle 3 matches tonight. You do need to wrestle 2 matches, so get on that. And the win is going to go to Steve Stone. And he's going to do it clean. And afterwards it's going to be nothing. And the purpose is to debut this magical man named Steve Stone. Steve Stone good on the mic? Steve Stone's not really good on the mic. Let's go back. Let's warm up the crowd with an interview from ABJ. He is going to be talking about Intakame because they've got a match later. And I want to push that match. How good is Axel Law on the mic? He's also, he could barely hold himself as a going thing. Let's go ahead and have Felcher start off on mic duty. Actually, no, I think Felcher went last time, so let's give Intakame an intro. Actually, no, let's give it to Felcher because Felcher's match is later. And he's going to, actually, no, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Let's go ahead and put Intakame right there. And he is going to call out El Majito for some reason. Ugh. Keep rolling past Felcher. They are going to keep on feuding. Let's stop this fussing and a feuding. No way. Fussing and feuding goes on forever. And now it is going to be Felcher doing his interview on Intakame. And it is to keep going. Huh. So let's book an interview here. Single worker interview. It is going to be Conrad. He's going to blow the lid off the place. His target is going to be Felcher. He's got more to say about Felcher. And it is to hype the match that they are about to have. The tag match they're about to have later. Or that they were just having right there. And, so we've gotten, let's see, Bartlett, yeah, Bartlett started it, so let's see, we've got Bartlett, Inagami, Felger, Conrad. So really, now if I want to let Steve Stone or Axel Law have an interview segment, now would be the time to do it. You know what? Against my better judgment, I'm going to give you the ball, Axel. Let's see what you can do with it. You are just going to hype yourself up a little bit. Let's try to start the show and see what happens. It's a good segment. That's a good segment. That's a pretty decent match. Steve Stone, I feel like you've, nobody cares about this match, but it was a good match. I can't blame you for that. See, once these guys get a little bit of heat behind them, and the feuds get a little bit of heat, there's just really good segments. The interviews, 78%, and there's no crowd reaction to balance it against, because I guess it's pretty much all about crowd reaction. Good match, decent crowd. So, that worked out nicely. Conrad. Everybody loves Conrad. They put together a match which was not bad. 66%. Oh, Axel Law, you just killed it. Not like crushed it, not like good, but like you just killed everyone's interest in the show. Still in all, most of these segments were well above average. but that one knocked it way down. 61 is still on par with some of our best shows, which, you want to say that's good, you want to say that's bad, I don't really know. Extreme Male, what do we got going on here? Bartlett thinks he should be higher up the card. Akami thinks he should be higher up the card. 37 people. We did not break our attendance record of 40 people. Let's hop into February, and then we'll go ahead and call this one a video. There we go. For some reason, it was not responding to my touch command. Touch, touch, touch counters. All right, what's going on here? Anything, guys? Got some Extreme Mail going on. First, and Winter Warfare. ROH Showdown. Man, a lot of other people had the Sunday shows. There was another Hotter Than Hell show. What the heck? 0-1. Sherelle Clark has returned from injury. Pat Patterson retired. Kevin Nash says he will retire in a month. Sting has announced he will retire. Steve Kieran, Percy Pringle. Oh no, don't retire. Oh no. And Akami is going to increase his wage demand. So is Felcher. So is Machito. Kim Deal's left the staff line. Okay, here are people leaving their staffs. Big Happy Records have ended their sponsorship deal with NEPW. Maiden Music have ended their sponsorship deal. Hilton Technologies have ended their sponsorship deal. Kim Deal Dealings have ended their. Our public image is improving every month. We're making every money every month. This is great. Pro Wrestling Iron went bankrupt. And it is Trent Baker's birthday. Alright. Let's take a quick look at, let's look at VCW. Let's go back. Look at Bobo the Vulture. 18. We're moving up just by staying afloat, folks. Look at that. Also, what is 69? Sexy. Alright. Wait, I need to go back here. Let's go into sponsor territory. Let's see if there are any interested parties in having us as sponsors. No. Maiden Music, none of those other people. Search again. Alright. Let's go back. And let's go back again. Look at our finances. Wait a second. How did we cut our expenditures so greatly? Did I use that many fewer workers? Oh yeah, I guess I did, because I did the old-fashioned have everybody wrestle everybody else, which meant that instead of 5 grand, I have 22 grand. If I could manage it's kind of gimmicky. I wouldn't want to do that every month, but if I could manage a twisted situation like that over and over, I might actually be able to dig my way out of debt. That's an idea. Let's attend a meeting with Sophie here real quick. I suggest that you put on a shirt, Sophie. What am I saying? The other thing about this now, looking at this and thinking that this game was made in 2004, so this piece of little clip art or whatever is 10 years old. Sophie probably does not look exactly like that anymore. I certainly don't look like I did in 2004. For one, in 2004, I don't think I had a beard. Not big enough. House shows. Yeah, there's a lot of guys I would like to be able to push a little more. It's rumored that Steve Austin is coming to the end of his contract. Let's go hire him. I bet he would come around and join up with us. Any unhappy workers? And Akami is at 98% physical condition. Conrad and Anthony Bartlett Jr. Okay. I guess they did just do a lot of wrestling. Those 4 in particular did a lot of wrestling at the last show, so that they're not at 100% the next day or 2. That's probably fair. But anyhow, folks, this is Bobo the Vulture. This has been Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. That's another month down, and another month down. Another month bites the dust. And I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.